Okay, here goes. My son-in-law Mike gave me a challenge to, well, my daughter too, to create something out of this plastic skull. It's a shrunken head. Um, I've made the ones out of apples years ago, but I don't remember too much about it other than they shrunk and they were cool, but I never made any more. So I don't remember anything that we did to them. So this is kind of a, um, I don't know, just it is definitely a challenge. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I do know that I want to put this tissue on there because this isn't that easy to paint. And if I did, I would have to use maybe some, and I probably will use some metallics, but I don't want to make it all metallic because on this, even if I painted it white, it would probably peel off. Even if I put gesso on it, I just don't know. I've tried to paint this kind of plastic before, and it's just never really stays permanently. So I am thinking I'm going to put this tissue on here with some decoupage medium, and that'll be how I start. Now, you can use toilet paper, but usually toilet paper has a pattern, and I don't want the pattern. So what's nice about this is it's a natural color. And what I can do is just tear it, because we don't want any straight edges. Let's tear it here and there, and that way when we tear anything off of it, it won't be straight. So my thought was to do this first, and as I work on it, I will shut the camera off while I do certain things, but I just wanted to have it on, and I don't care that I'm wasting a little bit of it because I've got tons of this stuff. And then when it dries, then I can paint it or stain it or put a wash over it. I'm just not sure yet. I'll wait until it's dry, and then I'll make a decision. I can use clear gesso once this has been adhered to the skull. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tear some pieces. I don't want big pieces on there. It's not a very big head, so I want little pieces. That may or may not do. I don't know. I can always tear more, but it's ready. Okay, let's see how this goes. Wish me luck. So what I'm going to do now is, I don't think it doesn't feel like it has anything on it. I could put some alcohol on there. That might help. Just to clean it up a little bit. That has, where'd my alcohol go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Henry borrowed it, so I just had him put it up on the shelf instead of in its normal place because I was in the middle of something, so it's okay. So I just want to make sure there's nothing, oils from my hand or anybody else's. Oh, God, that stinks. Oh, cute. Mm. Yeah, I don't like the smell of it. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Sorry about that. Very sensitive to smells and whatever. We have that. No. One of my brushes. This one will do. I do use a dirty brush. If there's a little bit in there, I'm okay with it. I don't want it to be a lot. A little bit is fine. It adds to the texture and the, just the way it looks. So I'm going to start back here and see how that looks. And, it'll give me a surface to work from. If you are not familiar with decoupage medium, you can make it yourself or you can buy it. You can just use like a cheap white glue like Elmer's or something like that and mix it 50-50, and that will do just fine. And you want to go up and down, back and forth. You don't want it to be you don't want to have a pattern, let's put it that way. And all these little wrinkles will look like part of the head. So don't worry about it being perfect. It doesn't have to be. Get that up by the hair. Actually, I am going to. I really don't want to get that hair in there, so I'm going to do this. I don't have any little rubber bands, so I'll do this. This is much easier. Okay. And the clips will remind me to keep those hair pieces out of the way. So just put, a good coat, get it down on there, and then also put a coat on top. All right, so you want the wrinkles. Don't think that you have to smooth them all out, because you don't. I'm thinking this is going to be a really fun project. Okay, if you don't like the way it looks, you can always move it. And if it tears, it's, just adds more texture when you fix the tear. Okay. So anyway, the 50-50, you can buy the decoupage medium already created, like Mod Podge or what's the other one? Deco Art something Podge. Then there's an American, what's the name of that company? Oh, never mind. Anyway, you can buy it pre-made, but in something like this, you're going to use a lot of it. Why not just use, some glue from the dollar store or something you have hanging around? As long as it's white glue. And it will dry and be quite durable. So see, it's already getting some texture, and it'll look good when it's done. Don't worry about that sticking out. I can trim that off later. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of icky. Ah, there we go. I like that. Yeah, it works. Can't get you. I think I'm going to shut you off and dry this because it's a bit fiddly. So let me do that. I'll be right back. You won't notice it, but I will. Okay, let's do the side, and then the front will be done a little bit different. So it's just pretty much the same, except the front I want things to go in a downward. You know, I want it to go downward. That's the best I can. This back here, not so much. Because, you know, when you shrink a head, it's going to shrink in weird ways. So you want to keep that looking that way. But I want the face to go, you know, look a little bit different. The back part doesn't matter. Okay. Now just kind of make sure that all of this is wet. Okay. There we go. That's a good piece. I'm waiting for a call from my dealership for my car, so if they call, I will be answering. So please excuse. Okay. Okay. I dried it a little bit. It's still a little damp, but let's get to the face. Okay. Okay. I will do one side and then I'll pause and then I'll go down the other side exactly the same. Okay. All right, let's. I kind of want to follow the contour of the cheekbones and all of that, so it's going to be a little Little tedious making sure it's going to wrinkle the way I want it. It's actually not doing too bad. And I think it really needs a lot of the glue. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it needs that. No, I want it the other way. Because that's going to go right up, you know, that's going to go right up to the hairline, so. Okay. And I want to keep it wet, and I don't want it to, I don't want it to dry prematurely. So I may have to move some things, or I don't know. I guess I'll see in a minute. See, like that had a wrinkle coming down. I want that to stay that way, but I want the wrinkles in this area, but just not right on the eyelid. So I had to move that just a little bit. I also don't want that to plug up the hole. Come on. There we go. All right, let's see. Now I want it to go that way because I can cut the bottom part off. And you would think as wet as this is, it wouldn't dry fast, but it really does. Keep those wrinkles. So as you can see, it's working out pretty well. I gotta keep opening that up. Okay, that didn't close. Okay, that's good. The next one will, though. All right. All right, I'm going to do the same thing in the nostril, down the lips. Then I will dry this side, and then I will finish it before I come back on. It's just because it's too tedious. This will take forever. Get that piece in the nose area. And then this will come around the mouth, as you can see right there. And get those wrinkles in. Wow, this is turning out better, you know, better than I expected. I thought it would be much harder. Following a contour of a face is kind of iffy sometimes. I've done simple things, never a face. Yeah, Let's get some more of those wrinkles in there. We want them. We want those wrinkles. That piece I think I'm going to tear. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. This will come down just a little bit, and I think I can reuse this piece. It's maybe. Oh, goodness. All right, get that over there. Oops. And if the paper tears in the nostrils better than you would think, it's a good idea. It's good. Okay, well, we're at a point now where I am going to dry this. Here's the hole. All right, let me dry this, and then I'll be ready to move on. Okay, I have the entire head done. He looks pretty good. Much better than the black. I can clean up around here, but I have a couple ideas. I may not even do that. I'll just trim this off. You know, this doesn't have to be anything done to that, but boy, he's really looking pretty good, and he's pretty dry. So I can continue. That place isn't dry all the way through because there's quite a bit there. That's okay. It'll be fine. It will dry. So now I have to make a decision on how to do the hair and how I'm going to do the mouth. This will be gessoed. Do I want to do it in white? Because that's still, even though it's white, it's going to be kind of transparent. It'll knock it back a little bit, but then you'll still see, you know, some of this variation in color. So I'm thinking that's what I want. I need to trim that piece. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I want to think about the hair before I do anything else, mainly because once I start working on this, I don't want to get any of it in the hair. So maybe I think I want it to come across this way. So that can definitely be glued afterwards. All right, so then this, so I'll have to tape this or something so it doesn't get anything on it. And then this part here, I can cut it for sure. If this goes this way, and that is cut this way, then we only need probably about as much as this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this together like this. And I think because I can always glue some of this back here. And that might be what I'll do. Okay, I think we're good there. I'm going to fold that and do one more clip. Yeah, because I don't want to get anything in it. So I have that. Yeah. Okay, let me get my brush wet so it doesn't dry out. Put my lid on because I don't need that right now. I used quite a bit of the paper, I mean, not as much as I peeled off, but I'm going to definitely use it. I'm not going to throw it away. I have a couple things that I want to do other than this with that same stuff. Okay, let me get some gesso. And is this gesso? Yes, it is. Okay. This is usually I use Liquitex, and this is Utrecht. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Don't want any of that on my new shirt. Let me pull up my sleeves here. Oh boy. Man, I washed my brushes. They feel a little stiff. I'm going to have to do some work on them. Okay, let me go ahead and just put a little. I don't want it wet. I just want like a dry brush application. And as you can see, this doesn't completely cover it, and I don't want it to. In fact, this is not quite as liquidy as Liquitex. I need a smaller brush as well. These are quite old, these brushes. Gesso is really hard on brushes, so always use junky brushes to do it. You don't want to use a new brush, is what I'm saying. You want something that's old and been used and isn't perfect. Save those brushes for the fine details and things like that. Yeah, definitely. This is a better choice. Put that back in the water. Okay. But remember, you want a dry brush. You don't want a wet brush. So anyway, this seals all of this in. It also acts as a base coat. But as you can see, hopefully, I don't know, it's really hard. I actually like this better, but I'm going to be adding some things on it, so it doesn't matter. Sounds like my hubby's home. Once I get this on, I will leave it to dry for a few minutes, maybe about 5 minutes before I go on. I want to try to keep this from getting paint on it. I don't put a wash on it, so it'll look lots better once it's done. all the little wrinkles and all that stuff will fill in. And like there, I got a little bit too much, so just take a little bit off. Yeah, this is quite a bit thicker than what I'm used to. I just started using this. I like it. It's very creamy, but when you're used to one brand and you switch, yeah, I've probably used Liquitex for 40 years. So. But I wanted it in the jar. Liquitex is always in a bottle unless you buy a huge container. So, I mean, you can buy a little container or you can buy a huge container. Otherwise, it's in a bottle, and I don't like the bottles. You end up not using up all of your stuff, unless they've changed it since I bought it last time. I doubt it, though, because it's been that way for as long as I've used it. All right, so this little guy is ready to, I'll put a little bit more. I'm going to let him take a nap while I go help my husband put my groceries away. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. You won't even notice. It'll be a blink of an eye. Okay, everything is dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this on there and wipe it off. Don't want it too dark. But I definitely want it to get into, oh, I forgot I was testing something out. Anyway, all I did was I just mixed some floating medium with some acrylic paint and some acrylic ink to see which one I liked the best. Off. And you'll be able to see all the wrinkles. Get a little bit more on there. Because, you know, like when you do an apple, it's going to be brown from the rotting process. And I believe the skin on a skull would do the same thing, unless it was, you know, bleached or something. But I don't really know, but that's just kind of my assumption. So that's what I'm going with. Because I figure this is, you know, it's not realistic by any means, but I just thought it would look better if you could see that. Okay, we've got quite a bit going on here. I like it already. I think it looks good. Take some more off the high points. But I definitely want it to look kind of like it was rotting. Not black, just rotting. I think that's going to be good. And I used acrylic ink because it's permanent. Okay, going to dry it. Okay, it's dry. Well, almost dry. It's dry enough. So now I can go ahead and decorate. And I may add a little bit more shading and stuff after. I don't know. We shall see. I'm not really sure. I was thinking about making it a little bit steampunk. Man, I would love to be able to put some brats in there. That way it would move. And I definitely want that there. I got two of them, so I can have one on each side. Yeah, get that off of there so it's not sticking up. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter if they move or not. Let's see what I got in brads. Okay, I have an idea here to put this there. And then I have to sew it. So I gotta find the proper string. This is way too thick. This might work. This one here. This one's a little bit smaller. So let's give it a try. Get that on first. And need some pliers. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, so what I need is no, I don't really want that. Hang on. I'm thinking that bone might. Let's give it a try. I think the bone might work. If it does, fine. If it doesn't, I'll use it somewhere else. Okay. All right. Okay, let me get this. Let's see if you can. Not a whole lot of room to work, but just want to see if it'll work before I glue anything. Well, that looks like it'll work. And then them can be tied and then just trail out the bottom. I'm good with that. I think that'll look good. Okay. So what I want to do is go ahead and put a little of this in there to hold it. Oh, wrong one. All right, I'm using impasto. Impasto works really, really well. And it dries clear. Okay, all right. Just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll do the next piece on the end. That will help secure it. Yep, it was a challenge, all right, and I think it's going to turn out. Yep. Okay. And, you know, you could certainly go the other way, but this is actually easier. I'd rather take it apart and pull it through twice instead of, you know, going the other way like you would normally sew something. Yeah. Yep, see, that is working out really well. And then when it's dry, you won't even notice, you know, but it definitely has the bone, and that is a good thing. I wanted to put it through here, but there's not really enough room to get it in there. So this will work. I want to make sure that I can tie the correct ones together. I am going to do that now. Get that all the way down in there. Not easy. And I'll brush a little glue on there so it doesn't come off, but which one is that? All right, this one. Not a whole lot of room down in there. Okay. And okay, good enough. One more. Two more. Two more. I think this is going to look really cool. So I'm going to put you on pause while I do the last two, and then I'll be back on. Okay, that part is done. I think it looks really good. These are hanging down here, which I will put something there for that to come out, and I'll fray them so that they can hang. But we're getting there. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so now I have a couple other ideas. I was actually hoping that I could cut through here and attach this chain through his nose, just to add a little bit more interest. So that will be something I do in a little bit, but I have to use a drill. I won't be able to do that by hand, I don't think. Probably not. So anyway, it'll be a test. So let me see. I like this part. This I really like. I think it looks good. Okay, I think I'm going to go for doing the putting these here. So that would be good there. Let me get that on there first. That one looks good just like that. So I need a small one to go in there. This will be tedious. I will do this side, then I'll do the other side off camera, because I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me do this. This will take about a total, I think, about 4 hours, maybe. Nope, not that one. Just a little bit too thick. You know, because you got to do each and every one. Plus, you have to stagger them and like that. If you are not using this in a car where the sun will, or the heat from, the sun will cause it to melt, you could use hot glue. But since this is going to be hanging from a rear view mirror, it's not possible. And I love this one, but I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that one's quite right. Let's see what else. I need something with just a little bit more area to glue on. And remember, since I'm using impasto, it will dry clear and a matte finish. Oh, much better. Okay. Now what I need is a brush. This one will work. Not my favorite brushes. Don't like them. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right. So that is his ear. It's big, but it doesn't matter. It's his ear. So then I do the same thing on the other side. So I want a similar and I may not have another one just like it, but it'll be close. Here it is. So I have that one. I need to get some more deers because this may seem like a lot to you, but when you're doing things in pairs, you run out real quick. So I may not have that one, but that's okay. I will keep looking. I must use this one. This one is actually from this piece here is not the outside piece, but the inside piece is actually from a clock. So I'm going to find a place to put that one. Okay, well, maybe the other side will be slightly different. That one can go. And plus I have this one. Maybe I could just use these two. We could. Let's see. Just because I want to use that one. I can use this one here. There we go. That's that one. And then this one is a round one. This one's a lot bigger though. See, this is why I have to keep shutting it off, because it takes too long to sort. And you can't really do it ahead of time. I mean, some people can, I suppose, but I kind of do it on the fly, so this is how I do it. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause while I work on this. Okay, this has been a little challenging, but my thought to put this chain, just because it's going to flop around, that's, you know, I think that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, take that piece off. And then I'm going to put, we'll get to this. And what this is, this pin, was actually the back of a pin, and I saved it, and I made it work for me. A pin, a brooch, whatever. And so now I've just recycled that piece. It was a bit fiddly, but I got it now. I need to get some of my jewelry pliers down here because this doesn't work too well. I have the one, but that's... So, anyway. Oh, boy. Let's see how that looks. These are drying. And no, they're not exactly the same because this isn't the same as that side. So, but there it is. I think that looks pretty cool. It will look cool hanging from the mirror. This will be hanging. It's kind of hard to see with this camera, but when I'm done, I will take a better picture with the cell phone, and then it'll be good. But it's coming along really well. I really can't do too much more to it until this dries, because boy, this just ends up coming right off, because this is still flexible. So I need to let that completely dry before I move on, but we're getting there. Not sure what I'll do with this, if I need to do more, maybe add another chain, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, be back soon. Okay, we had a little bit of an issue. I kind of thought that would happen, but I wanted to try it anyway. So as you can see, I took those off. They just aren't going to hold because this is so flexible. So I thought, I have these die cuts that I made, and I'm going to glue them together and then put these on here. They won't stick out as far, and they will definitely be a little easier because they are flexible. Hopefully I may have to make some more, but these will work. So I'm just going to glue these. Just glue two together. Just with white glue. Now, if you want to make these hard, you brush on, okay, what's going on? It's the same one. You brush on super glue, and that hardens them. All right, so now I have these glued on. You can make them super thick, or you can just keep them. I'm just going to do the two at this point. I think this will actually be better. Yeah, that was kind of disappointing, but you know, I expected it. It was something that I kind of figured would happen, but you can always hope. So I'm not even going to try to make them match on each side. Because, you know, if you were doing something like this, I noticed in clock parts, they're not exactly the same. So it isn't necessary. All right. So I will glue these together like this. So now I have two. Now I need a couple of more. So I have two large like that. What is wrong with my camera? My camera is not showing. Oh, there we go. My apologies. I have two of this size. Now I need two smaller ones. And I'll do it this way. And I cut these out of cereal boxes, cracker boxes, whatever. That type of cardboard works like a champ. So I'm just going to make what I need to glue on there. Now what I'm hoping is once I get these on, then the final ones can actually be the metal ones. But we'll see. All right, this is a good one here. You know, when you're creating something like this, even though you've done it before and you're pretty sure you know what's going to happen, you still got to try. You still got to try and see if it's going to work. And if it doesn't, oh well, you know, it's not a big deal. Okay, let's see. That one is a good one there. Don't have a lot of these. I've used them up. So I guess I could use this. Just try to get the cogs in the right place. Line them up the best you can. Make sure all the little things are poked out. Okay. If this doesn't work, then I will go to clay, and I'll do something with clay. All right, so I have 3. That's really all I need. I have these if I want. Those could go there, and I have these, so those could go where this could go. Let's see. That's all we have that we can put together on there. All right. Let's just go ahead and do this one. You can do like 3, 4, 5 layers, depending on how thick you want your gears. You know, how far you want them to stand up. It's funny, these are made with dies, and they should be uniform all the way around, and they're not. Okay, here we go. Should have put it in my little stand here. All right. Okay. All right, let's see. This one here has something that needs to be poked. Yep, this is going to be a long video. Well, it's not going to be as long as it would have been had I done it live. Because like I said, it's going to take 4 or 5 hours to do this. And I don't like sped up videos. I don't like anything about them. I don't like their choices of music. I don't, because it's annoying. Sometimes it just blasts you out, and then if they do start talking, you can't hear what they're saying. So I'm not going to do that ever. So I figure if people don't like it, they'll just watch somebody else. And that one is not gonna match up. I don't care because I'm gonna paint it anyway. All right, so we have plenty here on this skull. We don't need a whole bunch. All right, let's try it again. back to my impasto, because that actually is better. So let me see, do I want that one there? And I can do that one's for the other side. All right. Okay. Okay. And by doing this, it'll also seal it. I mean, we want to get, keep the 3D effect. So, and I think I'll put this smaller. No, I don't want that one. Maybe I'll put this one. No, I think I'll put this one on there. Yeah, this is gluing much better, much easier. Okay, so I can pick one of these and put that on top of there, see? And then that way the cardboard one will support it. And I should have done that, but I was just not sure where these gears were. I'll have to make some more. But yeah, I think that looks much, much better. I'm much happier with it. And that can go like that. Much, much better. Yeah, look at that. Looks a lot better. Much better. Yeah, I like it. I am going to put a little bit underneath here. Okay. All right. Yeah, that definitely looks better. Okay, that definitely looks better. Okay, so I want to try to do the same thing on this side. And I think I will use just the brush. That looks about right. And I'll put this one there. Okay, let me get that on there, and then I'm going to have to add. And it's going to go up there. That's right. Okay, get some more under there. And then I'm going to turn the camera off until I finish. Because you don't really need to see every little gear that I put on. And it pretty much has to dry anyway. So let's see. I need 2 little gears. Okay. So that one goes there. And I need one more. And then that one goes there. That one goes on top. Okay. Okay, that one goes like that. I see. Oh. Okay, I'm going to switch them. There, put that one there and put this one on top. There we go. That looks better. They're a little different. But you know what? Your ears are different anyway, so I like the way this looks. Okay, we have ears. We have nostril chain and bar. We have a bone in his mouth with the hemp. We have gear up here, and it goes with these, so that's great. Now it has to dry. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn this off because we're at an hour 22 minutes. Okay, I've been working out the details on the hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit and cross it over. Like that. Okay. So then a little bit more. Let's see, how am I? Yeah, just like that. Okay, because I want it to hang there, like that. And then this one I want here. Yeah, that one I want to go there. Got just a tad too much, I think. Take a little bit more of that on that side. And then this one. Here it is. And this one will go on this side, like that. And then this one, these here are going to just kind of go over the top. And that'll hide all of this. Okay, just like that. And then this piece, because we have the thing that hangs, the string, to deal with, so we have to make sure that that's covered. Well, not covered, but left open. That's what I meant. All right, so we have that. Okay. And we'll do that. And then this piece. I want this piece to come this way. So what that means, well, maybe I should just go ahead and put it over here. That would work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Yeah, that's the way I want that. Excuse me. Okay, now this. I'm not sure how I want to do this yet, but I can cut some of it off. I think I actually just want it to be straggly. Like that. Yeah, I think I just want it like that. I don't even think I want to cut it off. All right. Let's get a little bit of this on here. there. And there's no reason to make it perfect because it's dead. Okay, let's do this side. All right. Let's get that over there. Okay. Okay. Yep, we are almost done with this. Okay. Like that. You just see the gears under it. You don't really... I'm going to paint the gears, but I just wanted to get this down. This can be trimmed. Yeah, there we go. And when I do paint that or whatever, stain it, whatever I'm going to do with it, I can just lift the hair where I need it. Not sure if I'm going to leave the hair, but this I like. I like the way that looks. Okay. I like it so far. So it has to dry before I can do anything more with it, but the only thing I'm going to do is darken in here and under here. Do a little bit of shading and stuff. That's pretty much all I'm going to do with it. It's not not really a lot. Just get it kind of... Just do a little charcoal in there. Oh yeah, looking better, looking better. It's looking good. This will only take a couple minutes because I did it, in the beginning, so. Okay, good. Look at that. Ooh, I love it. Love it. I hope my son-in-law and my daughter like it. Maybe some more. Yeah, I'm going as quickly as I can. Just remember, if you use charcoal, you do have to seal it. That's okay. Oh, look at that. He is awesome. I love it. Now I want to make one of my own. I want my own. All right, we're almost done. Almost done. Look at that. Oh, fabulous. Woohoo, I love it. I love it. Okay. He is finished. Ah. Thanks for watching.